I welcome you to Messiah Revelation Ministry. It's an end-time ministry. In today's video, we are going to look at a quick overview of the presence of Africa and Africans in the Bible. And we are going to look at few examples of the presence of Africa and Africans in the Bible. In the beginning, we have to remember that Noah had the sons, and one of them is Ham. And Ham has children, Cush, Mizraim, and Canaan. And Cush, according to biblical scholars, refers to Ethiopia, and of course Mizraim refers to Egypt, and we also have Canaan. So let's look at the presence of people in the Bible that many Bible scholars believe are people of African descent. And the first one is the Queen of the South. The Queen of the South was the queen who visited King Solomon, and many people believe that is the Queen of Sheba. And you can look at it from 1 Kings chapter 10, verses 1 to 10. We also have to look at Rahab, the harlot. Rahab, the harlot, was a Canaanite woman. It means that she was from the land of Canaan. She lived in Jericho, and was a harlot who helped the two spies who were sent to spy on the land of Canaan. And you can see her information from Joshua chapter 2 verses 1 to 21. And then Hagar. Hagar was the wife of Abraham, and many Bible scholars believe that she was a person of African or African descent. And Melchizedek, the king priest, and you can also read his information in Psalms 110 verse 4, and also Hebrews chapter 5 verse 5. And then the sons of Joseph. Joseph was one of the children of Jacob. He lived in he lived in Egypt, and he had two children in Egypt, born by the wife Asenath, and the children are Ephraim and Manasseh. And so you definitely know that Jacob married an Egyptian woman and had two children who live in Egypt. And you also have to remember that on two occasions the children of Judah were taken to Egypt as a safe haven. You remember the story of our Messiah Jesus Christ, and you also remember the case of the children of Jacob who went to Egypt and settled in Egypt and intermingled with the Egyptians. And in the New Testament, we have Simeon of Cyrene. Cyrene is presently Libya, and Bible scholars believe that Cyrene was a place where black people lived, and so Simon of Cyrene definitely was a black person. And prophetically, Simon of Cyrene was the person who was asked to carry the cross of our Messiah Jesus Christ. So a black person definitely carried the cross of Christ. And prophetically, it means that when the Messiah is coming, somebody will meet him and will welcome him, and that person prophetically will be somebody of African descent. We are not talking about history, we are not talking about politics, we are not talking about racism. What I'm saying is by special revelation, as much in the same way as Simon of Cyrene carried the cross of Christ. the black person will be honored, and the person or people of African descent will be among the entourage of the Messiah as he arrives for the second time in this world. Alexander and Rufus, of course, Simon of Cyrene was the father of Alexander and Rufus, and you can read the information from Mark chapter 15, verse 21. And then a Canaanite woman met Jesus Christ. Her child had a demonic possession, and the child was saved by our Messiah, Jesus Christ. You see the information in Matthew chapter 15, verses 21 to 28. And then the case of the Enoch of Ethiopia, Acts chapter 8, verses 26 to 40. The Enoch from Ethiopia, this person had a special encounter with Philip. The Holy Spirit told Philip to go and meet this man, the Enoch. The man from Ethiopia was reading the book of Isaiah, and he was baptized by Philip, and he had a lot of blessings. So he's an Ethiopian woman, an Ethiopian man rather, who was the financial officer for Candace, the queen of Ethiopia. And so you can also read Acts chapter 8, verse 27, where the queen of Ethiopia, her name is Candace, is mentioned in the New Testament. And then Simeon called the nigger. Simeon was a prophet, and he was called Simeon the nigger. Read Acts chapter 13, verses 1 to 3. And when the Bible uses the word nigger, it's an adjective meaning that he was a nigger, he was a black person, he was a person of dark skin. And so Simeon the nigger, meaning Simeon the black person, the word nigger is as used in the Bible. It shows that Simeon the prophet was a nigger, who was a dark person, and that is recorded in Acts of Apostles chapter 13, verses 1 to 3. And then Lysias of Cyrene, definitely Cyrene, as I told you, used to be the place where we have Libya, which is in Africa, and historical records show that people who lived there were dark-skinned people, including Simon of Cyrene, the man who carried the cross of Christ. And so these are examples of black people who are recorded in the Bible. It shows impressive presence of black people in the Bible. I'm saying this, I'm doing this video because there has been a lot of misperception, a lot of deception, a lot of misinterpretation, a lot of racial injection in the analysis of the Bible, and denying the presence of black people in the Bible. So this video is a video to set the record straight, and also to encourage people. At least you can use the references to do your own research about the presence of Africa and Africans in the Bible. A friend of mine, Professor David Adamo from Nigeria, has even written a book, The Presence of Africa and Africans in the Bible, and Africa and Africans in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. So this is a short video. Thank you for this message.